Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Psych Talk. Today's episode is going to be about non-compliance strategies for non-compliant kids to help them out. This is something I learned recently in my psychology class, in one of my psychology classes. And I just want to make sure everybody knows this. Everything I say in this podcast is research-based, is everything I learned in my psychology classes, through my research. And yeah, so let's get started. One of the first non-compliance strategies is basically decreasing the amount of instructions you give to your child, because usually non-compliant kids are over-instructed. So you're basically making their entire environment instruction. And for them, instruction equals, oh, you're going to tell me what to do, and I'm not going to listen. So decreasing the amount of instruction will help with compliance. The second strategy is eliminate instruction from play-based scenario. This is very important. When kids are playing, you should let them be. You shouldn't lead. You should just watch them, make positive and authentic comments. You should just let them play. You shouldn't take control, because if you do take control, you're basically saying, well, this is not your time, this is mine. And playtime for kids is the only time that they feel they have control over, because, in the morning they're at school and they're always told what to do. The parents tell them what to do. And playtime is literally the only time they're free. The third strategy is only provide instructions you can follow through with. So don't tell your child what to do and then don't follow through with instruction, because they learn that they can get away with it, that it doesn't matter if you provide instruction, then you're not going to follow through with it. So you also cannot force them to do things or make them do things. However, you can, if the instruction is motor-based, it's easier for you to follow through with it, instead of forcing them to eat something or to sleep or to talk, because you cannot make them or force them to do those things. But if they're motor-based, you can help them. So if your child has to do homework, you sit down with the child and you tell the child, well, okay, let's first open the book. They want to open the book. So you grab their hand. Okay, now the book is open. Now let's start reading. So you make it step by step, and you help them out with the motor-based instruction, because you can actually make them do it. The fourth strategy will be providing as many choices as possible outside instruction time, so that they feel in control of their environment. And they're also more likely to listen during instruction time if you do that. So for example, instead of saying, oh, for dinner, you're going to have this, you can say, do you want this or that for dinner? Do you want me to read this story or the other? So in theory, you are in control. In theory, you are deciding what your child is going to do, but the child is going to feel like he's choosing. So for example, let's take the example of the dinner. Let's say you're saying you want your child to eat more vegetables, and you're saying, okay, for the side, would you like carrots or broccoli? Instead of saying, oh, you're going to have broccoli for for the side. If you give them choices, they're going to feel like they're in control of their environment. However, do not offer choices after they misbehave, because they learn that if they don't listen to you, you will offer choices. And also, don't let them control everything. You are the one to set the rules, so you are in control, but also make them feel like they are in control. The fifth strategy is call your child's name before giving instruction, because responding to name has to be worthwhile. So many children that are not compliant, they think that name calling equals instruction. So when they hear the name, oh, she's gonna ask me to do something, right? But if you give them a reward after they respond to their name, with a yes, the name call doesn't always equal to instruction, but to get something good. The sixth strategy will be deliver clear, concise, and direct instructions. So your instruction should be simple and straightforward. There should be no confusion. So, for example, you cannot say, can you just be a better kid? Can you just make my day easier? Can you just stop being so hard to deal with? Children won't understand those because they're very generic and they're like, okay, what does being a nice kid mean? How, how do I make your day easier? What does it mean for me to make your day easier? Also, don't give instruction as a question because they think that they can say no. Number 7, if they do not engage in name response, get close to the child, get on their level, touch their shoulder or forearm, and then frame your instruction as do's and not don'ts. Because if you say, oh, don't run, don't curse, don't go over there, it doesn't tell them what to do. It only tells them what not to do. So they don't know an alternative behavior. You have to give them an alternative behavior to the problem behavior. So you should tell them what they should do instead, and not telling them not what to do. The 8th strategy is tell, show, and help. So, for example, you want your child to clap their hands, so you tell them. Then you show them, so you model them, so you do it. And then you take their hands and you make them clap. So this is what I meant before with motor-based instruction. It's something that you can actually make them do. The 9th strategy, if they listen to you, make it pay off. So make them feel special, give specific praise, not a general praise, especially when your child complies with an instruction. And the reason why is because they are more likely to do that, to repeat that good behavior in the future if you praise them immediately after the good behavior. Being precise as well. So for example, let's say they drop their orange juice on the table. They spill the orange juice on the table, and the child grabs towel paper and some water and cleans after himself. Well, that's great. Instead of telling the child, oh, thanks for that. That was good. Be very specific. So tell them, oh my gosh, thank you for cleaning up after your orange juice spill. That was very good. The last but not least, number 10 is for highly aggressive kids. So you have to make them understand that being aggressive is not good. So scratching others, kicking others, that is not okay. And you have to implement timeout. So research shows that timeout does not work if it's too long, but it works as short as 30 seconds. And it has to be immediately after the problem behavior. So right away, just for 30 seconds. And the timeout, when you send your child to timeout, they shouldn't have access to fun, so to toys, to anything they like. Also, remember that if you send them to timeout when they are in a boring situation, so for example, let's say you're having a family dinner with all your family members, your cousins and parents, etc., and your child is really bored and he doesn't like that, and he's engaging in problem behavior, and you send the child to timeout, he's going to be like, oh, thank God, so that I can get away with this family boring dinner. Same thing in a classroom setting. If they are in a boring class and you send them to timeout, they're happy because they get away from it. After the timeout, you should provide instruction again. I hope these 10 strategies will help you with non-compliant kids, and see you on my next episode.